Hello, welcome to Yoga with Rach. I'm Rach. Thank you so much for joining me. Happy full moon. It's full moon tomorrow on Friday. The full moon is in Libra. And because our sequence, our theme is actually with Aries, we've been working on finding our sun salutations. So you might have had to go with last week's practice and you're coming straight into this practice. Awesome. So you've already found those vinyasas and transitions in your body. If you're just starting this practice, you might want to go back through that practice first and then move into this particular practice if you feel that you wish to do that. But otherwise, we're going to be diving straight into some sun salutations. Sun salutations are a great way to check in with that Aries energy, that fire, that core. But sometimes Aries, if we're a little bit too focused in that essence, we can be a little bit serious in how we take things. And with Libra, it's that air sign. Libras kind of want to get on with everyone, but it's also about finding that balance of being a little bit silly. So I'm bringing to you today my variation of a Sun Salutation mashup. So we're going to start with 3 rounds of Sun Salutation A, and then we're going to continue for about another 6 rounds. So it's quite a lot of Sun Salutations if you're normally used to doing 1, 2 or 3. So listen to your body, pause at any time if you need to. But we're going to have a little bit of a mashup with our sun salutations by taking some elements out, and it's quite a good way to see how that feels for you. You might then feel that when you work with your sun salutations, there's elements that you don't necessarily enjoy. You might have an injury. If you've done more than a few rounds, that you know you can miss certain parts out, which is perfectly fine. If you're getting moving on your mat, that's a perfect way to start to build that heat and connecting with the core and build that strength nice and slowly in your body by listening to your body. Also check in. Aries is all about staying in the present moment, but sometimes we can end up going on autopilot because we feel that we know the path, that we don't have to concentrate as much. So see if that happens for you. If I catch you off guard and you go through a movement that I'm just about to take out, but you've jumped ahead a little bit because you think you know what's coming. So we're going to get straight into our Soy Namaskar A, our Sun Salutation A. Find your way up to standing at the top of your mat. Keep the feet about hip width apart. Slight bend in the knees, so the legs are relaxed. Hands down by your hips, let the arms relax. Maybe give the shoulders a few little shrugs. Checking in with the breath. Inhale, raise the arms forward and up. Exhale, folding in, bend the knees so the fingertips or the palms can comfortably find the mat, tuck the chin to the chest. Inhale, halfway lift, lift the chin. Exhale, fold. Inhale into plank, your transition. Exhale, lower down, you might place the knees down first. Inhale, low or high cobra. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lifting into plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. We're going to stay here for 5 breaths. Inhale. Exhale for 1. 2. And don't rush your breath. Your breath might be shorter or longer than mine. So don't try to play catch up. 3. 4. So as we reach that 5th exhale, start to check in. How do you want to transition from your downward dog to your forward fold? So you might walk, you might step, you might hop. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, all the way up to standing, raise the arms up. Exhale, let the arms release down by your hips. Inhale, raise the arms forward and up. Exhale, folding forward, bend the knees. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale into plank, your transition. Knees stay high or low, your decision. As you exhale, lower down, listen to your body. Inhale, low or high cobra. Exhale, lower. Inhale, plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. 5 full breaths, or you might be pausing in child's pose. You might need to breathe out of the mouth a few rounds. Perfectly fine, listen to your body. as you get close to that fifth exhale, checking in, how do you want to move from your downward dog into your standing forward fold? Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, all the way up to standing, raise the arms up. Exhale, let the arms release down by your side. Inhale, raise the arms forward and up. Exhale, folding forward, bend the knees, fingertips, all the palms find the mat, chin to chest. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Your transition as you inhale into plank. Knees high or low as you exhale, lower down. Inhale, low or high cobra. Exhale, lower. Inhale, into your plank. Exhale, downward dog. 5 full breaths here. Stay present with your breath. Listen to your body. As you approach that 5th exhale, start to check in. How do you want to transition? Walk, step or hop. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, all the way up standing. Raise the arms up. Exhale, lower the arms down. So we've done our 3 rounds. Hopefully we're starting to find that sun salutation in our body. We're starting to check in with the breath. You might be feeling a little bit warmer. So we're going to start our sun salutation mash up. So stay present, see what happens, because something's going to be moving out of the sequence. Inhale, raise the arms forward and up. Exhale, folding in, bend the knees. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, your transition into plank. Knees high or low. Exhale, lower all the way down. Inhale into cobra, low or high. Exhale, lower. Inhale into plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. First round of our mash up. We're going to stay here for 5 breaths. Focusing on each exhale, breathing in and out through the nose or out of the mouth. Same as the other sun salutations we just practiced. As you approach or reach that 5th exhale, your transition, walking, stepping or hopping into your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, all the way up, standing, raise the arms up. No pause this time. Exhale, straight into round number 5. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Your transition as you inhale into plank. Exhale, lower down, knees high or low. Inhale, low or high cobra. Exhale, lower. Inhale, into plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. So checking in, how do you want to move into your standing forward fold? So you might walk, you might step, you might hop. No halfway lift. Inhale, lift straight up to standing. Exhale, into that next round. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, your transition into plank. Exhale, knees high or low as you lower all the way down. Inhaling, we're going to go straight on up into plank. No cobra. Exhale, straight up from there into downward facing dog. Checking in, how do you want to transition into your forward fold? Walking, stepping or hopping. Still no halfway lift, so as you inhale, raise the arms forward and up. Still no pause. Exhale, folding in. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Your transition into plank. No lower down. As you exhale, go straight on up into downward facing dog. When you're ready, walk, step or hop into your standing forward fold. No halfway lift. Raise your arms straight up as you inhale. Exhale, folding forward. This time, no halfway lift as we land. Go straight into plank. And exhale, downward facing dog. Checking in, how do you want to transition, walk, step or hop? Into your forward fold. No halfway lift. Inhale, raise the arms up. Into our last round. Exhale, folding forward. Adding it all back in. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale into plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale into cobra. Exhale, lower. Inhale, plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. 5 full breaths. Inhaling through the nose. Exhaling through the nose and the mouth. As you approach that last exhale, your decision when you're walking, stepping or hopping into your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, all the way up, standing, raise the arms up. Big exhale, releasing the arms down by your hips. Just pausing into Asana Mountain Pose. Focusing on the breath, you might close the eyes. Just listening to your body. So you might stay with like self-guided practice, maybe through more sun salutes. Once the full playlist for the Aries sequence is up, this will roll straight into the next video, or I'll pop a link or two on the end of this video now that you may want to continue with if you wish to be guided through the rest of your practice. Thank you very much for joining me for a Sun Salutation mashup. Let me know in the comments below, how did you get on with these? Did you enjoy them? Did you find them more challenging? Did you find you wanted to go on autopilot for a couple of those bits of sequences? Or did you find that actually it was quite a nice way to just be a little bit silly with something where we can be quite serious and feel that it has to be one step after the other? So thank you very much for joining me. Have an amazing full moon tomorrow. It's our second of this year in Libra. So check in with that, especially if you're doing your journaling, and I shall see you next week. Namaste.